Look, it's an absolute beautiful day here. But Arsenal just lost to City, and honestly, my mood is just gone. Um, it's not over, not by any means, but that game is it's literally just a difference of who's clinical, who's not. That's the first thing. Second thing, um, no pressure from us. Honestly, it was 1-1, 2-1 even, and I thought, we were playing 3-0 up because just not stepped up to them at all. Um, the boys played well, had good effort, but could do a lot more. Um, I thought Havertz was good, but he's missed the breakaway where Odegaard slips him through. Header at the end. Um, he's done well for his goal, but I would have liked to see the York come on a bit earlier. Taking off Eze, honestly, very almost unforgivable in my opinion. I thought, he's our playmaker. He had his chance, hit the post, creating other things as well. And also, he's just a guy where he's random, he's different, he takes risks. You need someone like that. Their second goal, Martinelli marking Gahey over O'Reilly, who has acres of space. Donnarumma just rolls it out to him, and he creates it. Fair enough to O'Reilly. He was definitely the best player on the field as well. Um, that that shape from Martinelli is honestly shocking, and he did well. I thought he came on, created a little bit, um, but you got to be defensively sound. That's the first thing. Obviously, covering the center, playing as a unit, and then you press together from there. But he's tried to risk it, go to Gahey, and obviously just the gap exposes. Erling Haaland, he's had two shots. The first one scuffs it. That's the thing. He is clinical. That was a tricky shot. He gets one decent look. That's their second goal, and he just buries it. Gabriel probably getting a little bit emotional. I rate it, but I think he's almost forgot about the game. He's got the card. Let Haaland go through. And honestly, there was efforts where Turkey has 20, genuinely, probably 10, 15 yards of space on the edge of our box, and we're not stepped up. And it's just risky. Like, they could have had a lot more, and Cappy had a great block. I don't want to rely on this, and, it was probably soft, but Barcelona did get 2 red cards in the Champions League for the exact same thing that Kushner did to Havertz. Just last man back, runs across him, trips him. Again, I actually don't even feel good saying that. Like, genuinely, I thought we needed to score our other ones, not that. Havertz should have buried the break. We should have buried the header. That being said, he did press well, had the link up, so it's not all on him. But for me, it's literally just there's 70 minutes gone. We're 2-1 down, and they still have so much of the ball. City, they still are creating chances. There's just no fight in the end. And it took a lot out of me emotionally. It still has, but I just think they played well. Arsenal, they definitely gave it a better effort than the last few weeks. But you gotta be clinical. You gotta be brave on the ball. That's where I really wanted Eze to stay on, and then also off the ball, defensively sound and pressing together as a unit. I thought we played a low block 2-1 down for like 10 minutes. We just didn't create anything. And it's just those little things like that. If you look at Guardiola, 2-1, 95th minute, Haaland and everyone are still fighting for keeping us in our end. We have to go back to Raya, and we're just barely able to even advance it to their half. And it's those little things that they really get to you. Now looking forward, it's not over. City, they have a game in hand, and they're most likely going to win, but miracles have happened. They can drop points. That being said, they are like a cog. At the end of the year, they just win everything. So it's on us. We need to win our 5, and we need to win them comfortably. We need to get a decent goal difference. But yeah, it's just a point would have been massive, of course, and it's a tough one. It is a very tough one. You get up early with the family. We're in Canada. Have friends over. You're hyped. You're up for it. You back the boys. And you want to back them. You do. But that Eze sub is just, it's really, really hard to watch, if I'm going to be honest. And, people might not agree with me, but I just think you need a game changer. Cherki is a random guy. He creates issues. Eze's that guy for us. And, he was unlucky not to score. Yeah, we had the back post Gabriel header. But, it's hard to rely on that. Like, we need to create more in open play. Yeah, it's a tough one. And, it's just so frustrating. Cities are so cocky, so annoying. Fan base, some of them are real, some of them are plastic, and it just feels like they just get away with stuff, I'm upset because in my opinion, we let them do it. We could make a much better effort to stop it, but yeah, it's it's a really tough one. If I'm gonna be honest with you, kind of ruins the rest of the day, even though it's such a lovely day. So I'm gonna try to get on with it. I got a match later. I'm excited for it, but a draw would have been nice. And that's the other thing. You got to first half. It was a game of two halves. First half, I thought we were going for it a bit more, and it ends up in a draw. Second half, it seemed like we were scraping on, trying to hold on to the draw, and you end with a loss. And I think that right there is extremely telling. You play for the win. You either win or you probably draw. You play for the draw. A loss feels inevitable, and we had our chances, but it just wasn't enough. Let me know what you think.